Thank you for that. We're shooting some video for the news, actually.
Oh, okay.
You got your hands full.
I know.
But you got the best parking spot.
I know.
So how do we want to do that?
Go ahead.
So how do you want to do this? Just
same thing. Hold it on me for a while. Yakety yakety yak, and then just go with the flow.
with the flow.
Do you want to come this way and be like this? 777? We're really not trying to park.
I know they're going to ask.
And at one point, I'll go out and go to Panera Bread with the camera, and then come back over here.
Oh.
Is she talking to me? 5. Less than 10. Camera up.
Okay. No one's leaving. Oh shoot.
And good afternoon. I'm John Palminteri here. We are streaming live from one of our mobile units, and we're in the parking lot of the new Target neighborhood store in Santa Barbara. This has become quite the news story in Santa Barbara because Target, highly anticipated for many, many years in this area, really wasn't in Santa Barbara. If you come from a bigger city, it's no big deal. But in Santa Barbara, they've had a Sears, they have a Kmart, they've both closed. We have a Home Depot, Ross and Marshall's, so many other stores as well, Costco. We never had a Target. They tried to have Targets over the years, but they never were able to get the land use, the deal, the parking, or what have you. So now we're getting 2. The first one is a neighborhood Target. It's a relatively new concept by Target to have a smaller size store. And there was a building available called the Galleria on State and La Cumbre. Let's pan around and show you the parking lot here, and then we'll come around and show you the building. It's called the Galleria building, and it's here at State and La Cumbre, and it became available. So Target thought this would be ideal for its small neighborhood store in Santa Barbara. What is at issue is there's about 91 parking spaces. That's pretty snug for a Target store. So here's the store over here. Coming out of my driver's window, there's people upstairs waving at us. On the second floor, it's a 2-story. They did a lot of interior renovations, but they didn't tear down the interior. They kept the structural integrity as we remember it before. Used to have some businesses down below, a restaurant, and upstairs it had some other businesses. I believe it was yoga, bridal, and a couple of restaurants. So that's all out. Now upstairs has got cosmetics and personal items. Downstairs has food, alcohol. I saw some clothing down there and some checkout stands as well. And in the middle they have a couple of escalators and then the cart escalator. So let's take a look at the parking lot. Actually, for those who are coming down now, they're in pretty good shape. Earlier today we had a line of cars straight ahead there coming off of State Street. Those two there got a trash can and some items. And then this side is the La Cumbre side, and here's 3 places open now. But at times we've seen it completely full and cars backed up from this back entrance all the way out to La Cumbre. So these people bought a dog. Well, looks like they brought their dog in, but they came out with a dog. This vehicle here, this Lexus, cut us off by going against the arrow earlier, so we thought we'd acknowledge that particular move. Over here on my left side earlier, we had a Lyft driver backing up into our zone here to pick up their Lyft passenger. And then earlier today, there's some nice customers there. I want to wave to you, folks who are following us on the News Channel 3 stream. Look at them. They got a whole back cargo area full of Target bags. We understand this is the soft opening. Some people did get custom Target bags, and we understand there's going to be some more being handed out either now or Sunday when the grand opening takes place. As we come around this section of the parking lot one more time, I want to show you out of my driver's window. Right here, this fire lane, earlier today there was a car parked there for 15 or 20 minutes, and we all had to go around it, and they decided they weren't going to wait around. That was going to be their spot right in the end in the fire zone. So that's what people have been doing. We're going to come out this way here and take you out to State Street. The reason I'm going to do that is to show you the parking on this side of the building, of which there's a couple of handicap. I see 3 here. And then full-size cars for trucks. And then we have the full-size on my side of the cart. And then over here we have the compact. So let's see what the compact size parking spaces look like and who is parking there. This is interesting, this Audi next to this Honda. Now, how are you supposed to get out of that car right there? Just take a look at that. That does not look very easy. Oh, it's easy for the Honda driver. Look at that. They gave themselves plenty of room, didn't they? But the other car, a tight squeeze. That one's fine. Somebody's backing out in front of me here, so I've got to be careful. And this is a tight squeeze right here, too. Look at that. And a shopping cart. Boy, look at this. This is compact. And, could you get in there? Look at that one right there. Could you get in there? I don't think so. Or get out? I guess if you're the side of the car, obviously the white car was the one that gave themselves room. That's amazing. So let's come out on State Street and show you what is happening next. By the way, over here is a nice bus stop from the Metropolitan Transit District. Lines 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 come through here. So there's 6 different lines. And this car is coming in. Everything's cool there. So we're going to come out onto State Street, go by the Mark. This is a housing complex here. And we've got a lineup of cars up at this red light. And right past the Mark is the Grove. So we have 2 housing complexes, apartments, high-rises. And then next to that is the entrance to the La Cumbra Plaza. So what some people are doing is they're parking out here and walking in. Here's a couple of people walking that direction, presumably to go shopping. And there's some signs already there for this apartment complex about no parking. Let's see what we have over here by Panera Bread as we enter in the Santa Barbara La Cumbra Plaza. Earlier today we saw a lot of Target bags coming into this parking lot. Looks pretty full, doesn't it? Almost every parking place, there's one, is full here. That leads me to believe that these are shoppers. Hard to tell right now, unless we see somebody come out. Either that or they are at Panera. Let's take a look at Panera Bread. Not that full. So now where are all these people going that are parking there, you ask? And there's some more parking straight ahead. I'm going to go out to the right, only because it's a little bit safer turn when I'm doing this kind of drive and talk discussion with you. Yeah, Panera's got not that many customers, and next door was that Panda Express? No, Chipotle and Panda. So I'm just trying to see if those people are parking there and eating here, and it doesn't look like it's overly busy, but there's a full load over there. And of course, the La Cumbra Mall has its parking. All right, we're going to come around here by what's going to be the new Bristol Farms. Might as well give them a shout out because they're going to be opening soon too. And now we'll come back out and get another look at Target and show you what it's like. And there is something significant coming up, so don't go anywhere because we have noticed even something in addition to what we're going to put on the news at 6 o'clock tonight that just came into the field of play. So watch for this. That sound you hear indicates that one of our seatbelts wasn't on, but now it is. I just picked up the camera to hold it while the videographer followed the Department of Motor Vehicles safety rules for driving to be fully strapped in, and now he is. Okay, now look ahead. This is what I wanted to show you. We're now facing State Street, and we're on La Cumbra, and they have restriped this street. Matter of fact, I'll just go through it. So we've got an extra lane here that wasn't in here before, if I remember correctly. So we've got the right turn lane, we've got the bike lane, we've got the straight ahead lane, we've got a left turn lane, another left turn lane, and we have someone hollering at me from another car. How do you like the new lanes? You like the new stripes? Yeah, but that's okay. You're part of it. Good. They restriped the street. Have you noticed?
Yes. Is it for Target?
I think so. He asked if it was for Target. Well, there's the sign. 3891 State Street, Target. He says, au revoir. This is the interaction we're getting this evening from the public. There's some shoppers. They're crossing with their Target bags. And I see an MTD bus, 2 of them. We'll see that when we make our right turn. As soon as this Chrysler makes its move, we'll make our move. Let's see what these pedestrians are going to do here. Looks pretty clear. Okay, so here we go. This is why a lot of people getting off the bus and going right in. Look at that. That's a great idea. Santa Barbara's MTD. And I think SUV that is not a bus or related to it. So that's not efficient. One of the things that's against the law, see if I can get around breaking the law here. If you stack up like this, and you see this downtown on State Street at Haley, on the 99-cent store, so popular, people wait like this to get to a parking place. If you do this and it backs up traffic, technically it's a violation. I see that a car or two are pulling out, so it'll only be just a moment. But if you're just sitting there and nothing's happening and you back up traffic, you could get yourself in trouble. You're supposed to go around. So in this case, I'm probably on the borderline. For those of you on the MTD bus, those are lines 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 that stop there. How do I know? Well, suffice it to say, I do. Okay, there's a Ford Fusion that not only parked strangely in the compact zone, they put their tire into their neighbor's parking place, and the compact spaces don't have that much room anyway. But they felt that was the way they wanted to park and make it very comfortable for them to get out. All right, let's see what's going on in front of us. We got 2 cars in front of us, 1 backing out and 1 on the other side trying to get in. Let's see who wins the battle here. So we have 3, well, technically just the 2 and the 1 space. Who's going to be the good neighbor driver? It looks like this gold Toyota is going through and is pausing, so they're still looking. So they definitely were looking, and the Prius wins. Okay, and here we go. So we've come in now from the State Street side, and as you saw, the buses were right there at that bus stop. But you definitely don't want to back that up. I could see it, while that would be a problem if 2 or 3 or 4 cars backed it up. And
What's happening, John?
hey, we're just talking about parking here.
I'm leaving in this white Tahoe over here.
What about this one in front of me? What would you do?
I'd go for my Tahoe.
What do you think about the people that are crossing over the
State Street?
over the line?
Run into them.
You're funny. Okay.
Take care, John.
Sure. Okay, we're going to point the camera at cars because we are going to be going on TV right now on Channel 3. So for those of you that are watching the stream, I can't get too close to this car. I think it has an offensive sticker on the back. Yeah, it does. We'll let that car turn. It had an offensive sticker on the back. So, okay, we're going to keep the stream hot straight ahead and come back and forth to me a little bit every few seconds because we're going to be, let's just stay straight ahead now. We're in the parking lot of the Target on Upper State Street, the neighborhood Target, and it is filled with cars in this soft opening, and we've been doing this all day, and you can see so many people are trying to get the 91 parking places that are here. We have cars coming and going and trying to back out and back in and squeeze their way into their slots. This is the State Street entrance you're looking at, and this is the La Cumbre side right here. Every parking place is full. You add another 10 or 20 cars in here, people trying to get in, and it's going to be jammed up. But that's the popularity of the store. People have waited years for Target to come here, and they are very excited about it and anxious and trying to get in and see what's happening in what's, quote, the soft opening. Now, as I understand it, Sunday is the official grand opening. I am not sure what other bonus activities are going to take place there. They did have their dog called Bullseye, the Target dog. It was white with the red around its eye. So Bullseye was here yesterday, and hopefully Bullseye comes back for pictures. Now that would be a great selfie to have, Target Bullseye. If you can't make it to this grand opening or soft opening or soft opening turned to grand opening. The full-size Target, we understand, will be ready by the end of the year out in Goleta, and that'll be on Stork Road and Hollister Avenue. And what's going to be exciting about that is it will have a much larger parking lot. It will be the old Kmart. It's certainly going through major renovation and demolition now, and it's going to be the full-size, most modern Target. And what people don't know about that store is that the underground of that footprint is also a storage area as well, so it can handle everything you see on the main floor below it, as I understand it. And that Kmart was one of the busiest Kmarts in the West, but the Kmart chain itself had some issues and relinquished it. So no doubt Target will be doing exceptionally well. I wouldn't be surprised if it too becomes one of the biggest, most profitable Targets around, because it has such the volume of the Goleta Valley population and the rotating UC Santa Barbara population. And it might even stock some items that are specific for college apartments and dorms, as did Kmart, and also extra bicycles and UCSB apparel, etc. Let's come back to the parking lot here. We're on the La Cumbre side, and as we showed you earlier, if you're following us on the stream, that there was a restriping of the street there, and that is to help the traffic flow here. So they have done a lot of extra work in anticipation here. So we're looking at 5:30 right now. Let's give you a few more minutes here. Some people just got off of work. The word is out there on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts, and certainly all our social media, and our live report at midday was pretty lively as well. As you saw, there were a lot of cars queued up. Here comes a van making a sharp turn towards me here, and they are in. And this traffic here was backed up. There was a AMR and a fire department emergency response call that came through. Going to give this car a little wave and take my spot right here. They're going in. I'm going out. Bus number 3 about to pull up into the slot there. And as we say, the MTD bus has a stop just to the right here, and that is going to be very helpful for bus riders who need to take the bus up here and want to avoid this parking situation. We're now at State and La Cumbre. We're going to turn right. Our indicator's on. We have a pedestrian here, but it looks like we're pretty much clear to go on all quadrants here. And there you have it. Bus 3 becomes bus 10 now. How'd that happen? Changing the routes. This is right in front of Target. We'll just make a turn here, and then we'll lean back over our right shoulder and show you the entrance of Target now. Let's veer to the right here. There's your bus stop. Got some passengers, and that's your Target. You remember this was the old Galleria back in the day, and had restaurants and stores and yoga, and bridal, and this and that. And there's somebody just bought a Sunbeam microwave oven. We actually saw some people come out without bags earlier. Just the items they bought were right in their hand, small quantities of cosmetics. We saw a guy who bought a banana and a box of, I think, a food item. He had 2 items, and I asked him about the banana specifically, and he told me that it was 29 cents, and he thought he could get it for 10 cents cheaper somewhere else. So I think that was his financial challenge for the day, whether to pay 19 cents for his one banana or 29 cents. But he came out. Now this driver here is going to turn, the van is going to turn in where this Honda is. And because of the way this is all aligned, there's not enough room for me to get by. So I'm waiting. And then the Honda backing out, the Odyssey, look at this. It has to stretch a little bit because the carts are stacked up in the little cart collection area. And so now they're backed up into traffic. And if you put a couple more carts there, then they'll be out in the traffic lane. Now let's see what this blue Toyota, no, I need to go straight. They're signaling me to turn and park in a handicap zone there, but I'm not doing that. Oh, you're going to go straight. Okay, well, thank you. I don't know what that was about, because they certainly didn't allow us to come through this way with the way they position their vehicle. We're seeing, we're getting kind of a review of driving skills today. We started this at midday, and we saw people stacked up, people backing up, almost hitting each other. We saw cars that were parked over the white lines, some cut us off to get the spot. And they did that with that great driving look where they won't look you in the eye, but they will cut you off. For the most part, we've run into a number of very wonderful people today. They're excited, they're anxious, they're smiling, they're kind of laughing, rolling with it. Target has really tried to come into Santa Barbara in a number of different ways. These neighborhood stores work in so many other communities across America, and they realize it's a tight squeeze. But inside the store, we went up and down the escalators and talked to the employees and the customers, and it's very welcoming in there. You'll have a good time when you get in. It's not going to be frustrating. It's just the way it goes with the new store. We've seen this in so many other stores that have opened or restaurants. People get very, very excited over new things and want to, pick up items that they maybe have not been able to get elsewhere in the community. I know when Kmart closed, it did add to that stress for people that needed those items that you buy there, and Target is going to fill that void here and in Galleria. It's likely going to do very good in both locations. And of course, grocery stores are changing in Santa Barbara. As we say, Bristol Farms is opening over there. We got a lot going on out here. Can you get a shot of this here? Let's see if I can turn. We had one coming out, one, I don't know what the Volkswagen was doing. And then I have this Ford 150 in front of me that's getting in position to, I don't know where the spot is. Maybe it's just going to go straight. And then we got three queued up coming in. And then I'm in the middle of this, probably adding a little bit more. Here we go. Let's see what this Honda's. You want to go ahead? Go ahead. I'm just talking on the Facebook streaming. They don't realize that, but we're all of us that are part of this stream right now waved our arms and generously let this Honda go through. How's that? All right, let's take one more lap and get out of here, and we'll send it back and break free so we can get set up for our 6 o'clock news. On our 6 o'clock news, you want to watch because we have interviewed 4 or 5 different customers. We're out in the parking lot. We're in the store. We showed a lot of different configurations of parking, legal, illegal, and just the way people landed to go in. There's another customer without a bag that just carried out 2 or 3 items, and that's all they needed, just run in, run out. And maybe that's the way this store is going to be, like a little convenience in and out store for some people. So it might lend itself to more in and out of the cars here, which would be great. That will turn things over. We even have the Galleria City Council member here. Yeah, he said he's sharing the tax dollars. You're going to get yours soon. He's going to get his tax dollars. That's James Kiriakou, a Galleria City Council member, coming into Target. There you have it. All right, we've got a Jeep backing out. And so as this happens, I think we'll wrap it up here from the Target parking lot in Santa Barbara. I'm John Palminteri. Thanks for going on the ride with us this evening. Hope to do it again some other night. And we'll send it away now, but I'll see you up on the news at 6 o'clock live from the front seat of our mobile unit at the new Target neighborhood store in Santa Barbara. Have a good evening.